Namaskar. Today I want to talk about joy of life, and how this joy of life is so important to be successful in meditation. Not only in meditation, but also in your external activities. This joy is so extremely important. It's like a primal fuel for life. If you have joy, you have everything. You will have prosperity in life, you will have success in life. And because of the lack of joy, there will be depression, there will be suffering, and then not only you suffer, but you will teach others also how to suffer, and you will also transmit that suffering. So joy is extremely important. So we have to enjoy. That enjoyment, we have to learn how to enjoy. And especially enjoyment, there are many ways to enjoy. And I will talk a little bit about everything, but especially I want to focus on the food. Food is so important. We consist of food. That's why the first master, literally, we are what we eat on many levels. We eat with our mouth, with our eyes, with ears. This is all what comes inside of us, plus our mind, what we think. So that's all is eating. So literally, you are what you eat. So extremely important, this process, this part of life, eating. So let's talk about food. The first tantric master, Sadashiva, he propounded 7 secrets of success. Not many, just 7. And truly speaking, only 6. If you have seen my course, you know about secrets of success. I advise also to watch that course, it's very important. So, not so many. And one pillar of success is called pramitahara. Pramitahara means balanced food. Balance means not too much, not too little. And it should be very nutritious, easily digestible. But not only that, there are 3 levels of nutrition: physical, mental, and spiritual also. So on the physical level, there has to be enough proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and so on. Fiber, and all these nutritions are there. That is only physical. That is only smallest part of food. It is only small part of food. But we are triple human beings. We are physical. We exist on the physical level. We are also psychic. We are mental. We are emotional. That's a big part of us. Bigger actually than the physical. And then we are also spiritual. So all these 3 parts of food is very important, and you have to enjoy on every level. You must enjoy on every level. There is this division of food according to energy. How the food affects the mind. There is tamasika food. Tamasika means dark energy. The energy that makes you, numbs you, makes you inactive, makes you slowly like you are a living corpse. You are dying slowly. No energy, no joy, no expression. That's called tamasika, that category. Then there is rajasika. Rajasika is the food that makes you restless. For example, coffee. You drink, and then your mind becomes just like, you cannot detach it from some thoughts. Like you want to get rid of that thought, but that thought comes again and again and again to you, and you cannot get rid of that thought. That is Rajasika. And then there is Sattvika. Sattvika means energy of life. Food full with the energy of life. This is called Sattvika. So on the physical level, first there has to be selection of the products. Meat, fish, egg, alcohol, tobacco, mushroom, onion, garlic. These foods are considered to be tamasika, dark energy. So yogi should not take. Then there is Rajasika coffee, different energy drinks, cacao, chocolate. This is Rajasika. This is okay, sometimes very little, maybe it's okay. But generally not take. Better don't take at all. And then there is Sattvika. Sattvika is fruits, vegetables, grains, pulses, beans, milk products, dairy products. This is called Sattvika food. Anyway, many people will say, what about milk, this and that? That's a big topic. I don't want to go there. The traditionally produced milk, when the cow is taken care with love and being treated like a family members, that milk is considered to be sattvic. Other types of production is questionable, but it's not my topic today. My topic today is how to enjoy. How to enjoy. Okay, physical level, understand. Enough nutrition, food properly cooked means there is a balance, not too much, not too fat, not too much, not too little fat. It has to be sufficiently oily, but not too much, otherwise it is heavy to digest. So that's also not my topic. One day I can record video about that also. There has to be acidic alkaline balance and many different things. Now we go to the mental, psychic area of the food. When we eat, we fill up our stomach, but we also fill our mind. The mind needs to experience taste. There are 6 tastes: bitter, sour, sweet, astringent, hot, salty. 6 tastes. So if you manage somehow to combine all those tastes and in one meal, when you eat it, you will feel satisfaction. Very dangerous signals is when there is a food and the person tries to put some soy sauce or some ketchup or something like that. It means the person is not satisfied with the food. It means the food has not been cooked properly. It should never happen that you put a ketchup or something like this. It should never happen. The food itself should be cooked in such a way, it has to contain enough tastes so you can eat and be completely satisfied. Many disorders of food comes because of this. Person is continually unsatisfied with the food. So if you are not satisfied, you want to eat more, you eating more and more, and then you have overeaten and you feel bad after that. So the recipe not to overeat is actually to cook exactly balanced food. So tastes. Actually, spirituality starts in the physical world. It starts something like there are 2 sciences. It's a science. One is called Nandana Vigyana, another one is called Mohan Vigyana. Nandana Vigyana is the science of enjoyment. It is the preliminary first stage of spirituality. How to enjoy. But you choose such enjoyments. Some enjoyments who are in the quality of ignorance or in the quality of restlessness, those type of enjoyments, they destroy you, they destroy your family, your environment, your society, and so on and so on. So such enjoyments we should leave. But we should look for such enjoyments that after enjoying, you are a better person. After enjoying, you are more healthy, you have more energy, you have more inspiration. Actually, I had some discussion with my brothers in the monastery, and I was scolding them. Why you cook like this? Why you cook without love? And they say, oh, but Dada, we are monks, and monks, we should not give so much attention to food. You should give attention, especially because you're a monk. You should give attention to food because this is the starting point of spirituality. Aesthetics. You should not be like an animal. Animal eats indiscriminately. I remember my grandmother, she used to cook We used to keep a pig in our household, and then she would cook some potatoes, different grains she put there and cook for the pigs. So this we should not. We are not pigs. We are not animals. We have mind. We have spirit. So our mind, our spirit have to be satisfied. And then we began how to enjoy. So 6 tastes I told you. Another thing is we have 5 organs of perception. We have hearing, we have touch, the skin, the ability to enjoy the touch. We have vision, we have taste, and we have smell. So all these 5, when you are eating, actually when you are living, they must enjoy. They must enjoy. It's not like, there is this some kind of deviation, some kind of unnatural philosophy or ideology that somehow to enjoy is sinful. It is not sinful. It is your spiritual duty to enjoy. You must enjoy. You must learn how to enjoy. So when you're eating the food, your hearing have to enjoy. So when we eating together, we don't argue. We speak sweet words to each other. We talk maybe about spirituality, so we enjoy our conversation. Or maybe beautiful music, or maybe silence. Depends what your hearing enjoys very much. But it should be subtle. It should be like when you start to listen something, something of the world, something very maybe agitating is not ideal. So keep it in mind. So something really uplifting and nice. Then skin, the touch. When you put the food in the mouth, you should feel, oh, so nice, it melts in the mouth. Or it is crunchy. So you enjoy this touch feeling. Then vision, when you look at the food, immediately saliva should start to come out. It looks already. By the look of it, you know it is very tasty. So it is important to arrange the food in such a way, and it should look such a way that the combination of colors, maybe there is yellow color, maybe there is red color, maybe there is green color, and that combination of colors you really enjoy. You feel like, wow, this is really interesting. I'm going to be happy now. Then the taste, I told you six tastes: sweet, sour, salty, astringent, bitter, and hot, pungent. These tastes have to be there, so tongue enjoys. And then smell, aroma. It smells so nice that everybody's like, oh, when is the lunch? Already when you smell, already your mouth salivates. So this food will be very easily digested because the body is prepared. Body wants to accept that food. Body wants to take it inside. When there is a rejection, when I look at the food, and with my heart, with my soul, with my body, I don't want to eat that food. Still I eat. Basically, I rape my body. It's like, it's a big violence to your body. You're eating something you don't want to eat. Of course, if you're hungry, you can eat anything. But it should not be on a regular basis. You should not mutilate your soul by eating bad food. So this is mental level. Then there is spiritual level. Spiritual level is love. Food without love is full of suffering. That suffering, if you ingest it, you will be full of suffering. You will go spreading that suffering in the world. So this is, to eat very good food is not only responsibility before yourself, but before the world also. You are traumatizing the world if you are not eating proper food. So this whole culture of going to the restaurants here and there. In the restaurants, they are people who are not your people. They are not your close relatives. They are not cooking with love. It's not the same energy. Every person puts his energy inside the food. And then when it comes in touch with your energy, it will fight. There will be struggle. And then you will feel, as a result of that fight, you will be tired. But you should not be tired. You should be uplifted. So that is why the best thing when our close loved ones, they cook for us, that is the most beneficial. Or when you cook yourself. So that's why the culture of eating in restaurants is an emergency thing. You should eat at home. Cook at home. Serve at home with love. So how do you cook in love? Yesterday we were talking, and then finally I thought, okay, I am tired of this food. I'm going to cook myself now. So I invited one brother. I said, come, you want some borscht? It's one kind of soup made from red beets. He said, yeah, Dada, please. So we talk with him. He said, can I help you something? I said, okay, you peel this potato, you peel this red beet, and then you grind it. So we cook very most simple food. It's just potato, cabbage, carrot, red beet, and little bit of tomato paste, and little bit of spice, some turmeric, some cumin powder, and some asafoetida, and some ghee, the clarified butter. So we cook, and then before I cook, I take ideation. I imagine, I feel the unity with divine. I feel that I'm just a tool of love, and love is pouring through me. So my hands are not my hands, it is hands of the divine. My mind is not my mind, it's the mind of the divine. So I cook with love, and we talk, and we laugh, and we joke, and then finally we cooked. It looks very nice, it smells very nice, and it is full of love. So we eat this, we both become very happy. Then another brother comes, I said, look, now I ate, I feel so happy. I feel tomorrow I'm going to do very good meditation. And he said, but Dada, how it works? You were a little bit frustrated, and you were a little bit upset, and now you have cooked, so you should theoretically have put your upset and your frustration, you should have put in that food. So this food cannot be medicine. So how come this food becomes a medicine? I said, no, this is not I cook. It's the divine who has cooked through me. I was there, watching. But it was the divine energy that is working through me, did it. So that's why it is medicine. When I cook, it is not my food. It is the food of the divine. And that type of food is called prasad. Prasad means grace of God. It is, when you cook, when you take ideation, you repeat the mantra inside, you say, Baba, Nam, Kevalam. And feel internally that I'm becoming one with the flow. I'm becoming one with the cosmic order. I am the instrument of grace. I am the instrument of the divine. I am the tool of the divine. So I also cook for him, for the divine. It is my service. There is no greed. There is nothing there. No low feelings. Only high feelings. Only joy. Only love. So you do this only 2 minutes. But these 2 minutes are very crucial before you start cooking. So you do these 2 minutes, really feel, and with the happiness you start to do it. And you know what was the result? I felt very high after that. And then I went to sleep happily. This morning I wake up and I did very nice meditation. Because when you need to do meditation, meditation is a feat. Meditation is a huge undertaking. Especially like when you do very high meditation, like at some levels, at some lessons of meditation, maybe your mind is unfocused, but you focus to this much extent. It still wanders here and there. You still somehow you can do. But when you do something, some lessons of meditation which requires extreme concentration, that time you don't have that luxury of unfocused mind. And to focus the mind, you must have joy in you. This energy, the spiritual energy, that inspiration that inspires you, okay, let me sit, let me struggle, let me completely focus. And today I could do so easily. And other days I was just, struggling and struggling, cannot focus my mind. I'm trying, and I'm getting frustrated because I don't do meditation also properly. But today, because I received that energy of love from myself, actually not from myself, but I'm being instrument of the divine. I did this. I received. Now for next week I will be okay. Next week I will be very, very happy, and I will be full of inspiration, doing videos, this and that, and doing my job in the world and doing meditation. This is such a magic. This is such a special thing. It's so important. And in every area of life, we must learn how to enjoy life. Life is not for suffering. Suffering is tamaguna. Suffering is ignorance. We should move away from suffering, move to joy, to happiness. So wherever we can enjoy, we must enjoy. So it sounds like a hedonism, but hedonism doesn't distinguish between the ignorant enjoyment, tamaguna, rajaguna, restless enjoyment, and sentient, peaceful and happy, joyful enjoyment. That hedonism doesn't understand that kind of difference. But this is, when you understand the difference, when you understand the culture. What is culture? Culture is about enjoyment. Cultivate something which is constructive, not destructive for your soul, for your spirit, for your mind, for your body, but cultivate something which brings you happiness. At the same time, brings you're becoming stronger, you are becoming wiser, you are becoming more and more powerful, more and more inspired. That kind of enjoyment we need. And that is the starting point only of spirituality. So this Nandana Vijnana means to enjoy yourself and to help to bring enjoyment to others. And bring enjoyment to Paramapurusha, to the Supreme Consciousness. So how the Supreme Consciousness can enjoy if you don't enjoy? If you are so sad, you are sitting there in a dark room, you are trying to meditate, and what is there? Where is life? Children, they are more spiritual than the spiritual people who are in the darkness. Children, they are just so full of, there is so much joy. So more spirituality is there. So we have to always be children. We have to always be full of enthusiasm, full of happiness. And that's the science, that's the practice, that's spiritual practice. So some people, they have spread this idea that spirituality is about suffering. Yes, sacrifice is there in spiritual life. But joy is more important. Enjoyment is more important. So to enjoy also you have to do some sacrifices. You have to learn how to enjoy in a more and more subtle way. So this is the path. And then this is the beginning of the path, aesthetic science. And then it culminates into Mohan Vijnana. And there the person doesn't need any more physical things, mental things, emotional things. He purely enjoys spirituality. So in that state, you give some dried bread to the person, he will eat and he will be so happy. He doesn't need anything. So that's why people looking at the saints, they're thinking, okay, the saint eats just so very simple, he doesn't need anything. So if I eat very simple, or live very simple, without life, without happiness, maybe I also will become saint. No, you are not going to become saint, you are going to become depressed. This is not the path to the saintliness. The path to saintliness goes through enjoyment of life, and of course you cultivate your spirituality, and slowly, slowly you are moving higher and higher and higher. You get more and more subtle taste of life. So that's why I believe that spirituality must be accompanied with aesthetics. Beautiful space, beautiful house, beautiful clothes, beautiful food, beautiful people around us, everything beautiful. that is spirituality. That is the sign of spirituality. That is the sign of wisdom also. So we move on that path. So in the comments you write, maybe you have some very good recipes to share. I feel I run out of the recipes, and like I have my repertoire, so I cook this and that. So if you can add something new, something simple, something vegetarian, I will be happy. You can write your suggestions, and also you can write suggestions how you enjoy life, what brings you really happiness, like what really makes you happy. This is a science we all need to learn. So everybody's contribution is very valuable, but only such enjoyments that do not destroy you. Only such enjoyments that make you only stronger and make you evolve and evolve and evolve. So this I want to know. So thank you very much. Namaskar.